Hello from Hong Kong International Airport. Now I've got a bit of a longer layover here today, so what I wanted to do in this video is show you some of the things you can do if you want to be a little bit adventurous. Get out of Hong Kong International Airport on a slightly longer layover and just get out and explore the city. Now one caveat I'm going to put on this whole video is that today it's absolutely teeming it down outside. There are storms predicted for the whole day, but I could stay here in the airport, stay out of the rain, maybe do a little bit of work, but no, I think today's all about being curious, being a bit adventurous, hopping on the train into the city and going and seeing what we can find to do in the rain. If you've got bags when you're travelling to Hong Kong and you want to make the most of your layover, you can drop your bags off here, take a left-hand turn after you've cleared security and immigration and everything, go all the way to the far end of Terminal 1. And this is the baggage storage area. Now I've just been checking out their prices and it's actually quite reasonable. If you want to leave a bag for an hour, it's $14. But for the whole day it's just $165. That's Hong Kong dollars as well. So I'll put some conversions up on the screen. I'm going to start my watch and I'm going to time it so you can see exactly how long it's taken us to get round. The first big chunk of time that we're going to need to use up then, of course, is getting the train from here at the airport into Hong Kong itself. So cool. Alright, it is basically 10 minutes since I was at the baggage drop area. 3 stops from the airport to Hong Kong itself. Tsing Yi, then Kowloon, and then we get to Hong Kong Central, and that's where we're getting out. And just 39 minutes later, here we are at Hong Kong Central Station. Now, because it's raining outside, I'm going to stay inside, go up one level here, to a place across the road which is called IFC Mall. See if we can get some food. Hello, have a chocolate croissant. Thank you. And got my coffee, got my breakfast. We're about 40 minutes in, already in Hong Kong, having a great time. Now I had a list of things that I was going to do in this video, and most of them involve being outside. Okay, so I figure I can do this video in one of two ways. I can either just quit on this whole thing, or I could say, here are some of the adaptive things you can do if your plans change a little bit when you're here in Hong Kong and you do happen to land in the middle of a monsoon. I know that the view from Victoria Peak, one of the highest points here in Hong Kong, is not going to be very good today, but I also know it's a really popular thing to do, and if you do happen to have a nice day here, I would really recommend you do it. So even though it's raining, let's do it. One real advantage to being in a place like Hong Kong on a day like today is it really is set up for these sorts of conditions. Most of the walkways, like you can see where I am right now, are covered. Oh, and also timing wise, 1 hour 4 minutes now. Thank you. Bye-bye. Never been on one of those before. Good way to get around the city when it's raining, and it only costs, I don't know, I'll put it up on the screen how much that costs. Alright, but we still need to walk that way. It's getting heavier. Oh. See, again, Hong Kong with the covered walkways. I mean, I was only in the rain for maybe 2 minutes, and now we're undercover again. It's actually very well set up. There we go. Hour 44 minutes on, one peak tram ride later. Here we are at the top of Victoria Peak. Not quite the top, but this is where the tram stops. And a lot of the shops and restaurants and coffee shops are. This is also where you get, are you ready for it? This is where you get the killer views. There's like the money shot stuff, right? This is why we came up here. This is where you get the most epic views over Hong Kong. This is what you pay your money for. You ready? Wow, look at that cloud. There is also something called an amber warning on at the moment for thunderstorm activity. I should look up and see what that means. I've got to say, even in the rain, it is incredibly beautiful. I think, even if it's raining on a day like today, if you've got weather like this, yeah, still come up here. There's hardly anybody else here today. Normally this place is very, very busy, but surprisingly, people don't come here during a monsoon. Who knew, Steph? Who knew? All right, what's our next stop? So it's about 2 hours, 10 minutes to do all the things so far, get up and down on the tram. The next thing, and again, this is probably a good thing to do on a nice day, but only about a 2-minute walk from the exit of the tram stop, is Hong Kong Park. I hate heights, but because I want to show you in the video. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we were just up there, got the tram down here, walked through the park past this big thing, that's the big aviary down here, and up this tower for good views of Hong Kong. And our next stop is over there. Okay, 1, 2. 38 minutes. I'm just making my way back down to the water again, and as I was navigating, it reminded me that I wanted to tell you something else about traveling in Hong Kong, which is if you use your phone for mapping, which of course we all do when we're traveling, Google Maps not very reliable out here, but Apple Maps on the iPhone seems to work perfectly. Now, my friend Simon, who runs Flight Formula channel, which I'll link up here if you haven't seen it before, he gave me that tip, so thanks Simon for letting me know. But yeah, we're making the most of the pleasant weather here in Hong Kong. It's just started raining again. Excuse me, sorry mate, can I ask you a quick question? Oh, hey mate, what are you using for your data SIM whilst you're down here in Hong Kong? I just installed the Holofly eSIM, I'm just using it for data on my phone. Is it difficult to set up? No, it's really easy actually. You just download the Holofly app, you choose the region you're going to, number of days, and you can install it straight away, right there and then on your phone. And how much does it cost? Well, it depends on which region you're going to and the number of days, but it's unlimited data, so once you've bought it, you don't pay anything else. You can use as much data as you want. Alright, you look like some sort of weirdo YouTuber. Did you get some like discount or sponsorship deal? Oh, I wish they're not actually sponsoring this video, but if you use the code STEF, STEF747, you can get 5% off. Alright, thanks. Enjoy your day. Thanks. Yeah, no worries. See ya. Alright, that's 3 hours and 2 minutes since we left the airport. And now we're going to make our way across from Hong Kong Island, which is going in the distance behind us, across to Kowloon, because after all that walking you're probably going to want something to eat. You can of course get the MTR, the railway system that runs here in Hong Kong, from Hong Kong Central where we were across to Kowloon. It's going to be quicker to get to this side of the harbour using the railway, but if you've got a little bit more time on your hands when you're here on a layover, I would really recommend using the Star Ferry. It's a really iconic part of Hong Kong's transportation system, and it's just a much more scenic way, I think, to see Hong Kong. Time to get some food now here on the Kowloon side of Hong Kong. This is the Silver Cord Shopping Centre, and I've come to my favourite place. I always come here when I'm travelling through Asia. Hello. I'll put one, please. Yeah. Got some steaming vegetable dumplings, and just arrived these steaming hot. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. I wonder if they have a food bit. to the harbour now to see if I can catch up with an old legend of Chinese cinema. Wow. Oh, what a view. Everybody as a kid watched Enter the Dragon, right? Fantastic movie. Bruce Lee's got his own statue down here, rightly so, to commemorate his incredible film career. One thing I didn't know though, I did know he died early, but I didn't realise how early. He died at 33. That's my Bruce Lee fact. Anyway, statue of Bruce Lee. Well, we've come a long way today. Earlier, there you go, see that's the Peak Tower. Just up there on top of the hill. We've explored Hong Kong over here. We went and got the ferry from Central Pier down here across to Kowloon. We've explored Kowloon behind me as well. We've had something to eat, we've been to the shops, and I've got just over 5 hours of total time on my watch. Now, if you've got something like an 8-hour layover at the airport, you might probably be thinking about going back to the airport at this point. You've still got about maybe 20 minutes to get to the MTR. You've got to get to Hong Kong Central or Kowloon to get back on the Airport Express, get back to the airport, pick up your bags, check in for your flight, do all that kind of airport stuff again. So this is probably where your trip might actually end. But a couple of notable exceptions of things that we didn't do on this trip, which I think you might want to consider as well. The first, if you really like your aviation, is heading to Kowloon. I'll put a link to another video I made about this and go and check out Checkerboard Hill. I'd say give yourself at least half a day to do that just because of the travel across there. You've then got to walk from the station up to Checkerboard Hill and you want to spend a bit of time just taking it in and enjoying that really nostalgic and important part of aviation history. And the other one is kind of way off in the distance behind me is the new Kai Tak redevelopment, which is the old Kai Tak airport, which Checkerboard Hill was a navigational aid to help planes land at Kai Tak. And now they've built this brand new sports stadium there. There's a lot of retail outlets there. There's some new housing, lots of things to do if you want to go and visit, but it is a little bit further round the coast. You can easily get the MTR there, but you might want to sacrifice a few of the things we've done today if you wanted to go and see Kai Tak as well, but you wanted to do it within that kind of 5-6 hour layover amount of time. But sadly, my time in this brilliant city has come to an end and I have to actually head back to the airport to pick up my stuff and continue on with my travels. Let me know in the comments below any places that you think I've missed that people should go and see when they come to Hong Kong on a layover, or if you've been to any of the places that I've mentioned. And from a thankfully dry now Hong Kong, thanks as always for watching. I'll see you in the next video.